Hello everyone, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Osereme, and if today is your first time seeing me, thank you so much for being here. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys this highly requested tutorial on how to go about the cutting of a 6 pieces skirt. I am going to be cutting this out using the slash and spread method. So if this is something you're interested in learning how to make, keep on watching and let's get started with this video. So guys, for this tutorial, I will advise you guys to have like enough pattern paper. So I have my pattern paper here and I had to add an extra to the length of the pattern paper that I have here because this is going to be a very long skirt and my normal length is not enough. After that, I went ahead to draw a straight line across the top of this paper. This is going to be serving as the waistline for this skirt. Now I have my client's measurements here, her round waist measurement, her round hip measurement, her waist to hip, waist to knee, and the length that we want the skirt to be. So now from the waist here, I'm going to come down by her waist to hip measurement. Now this waist to hip is a little bit long. It was 9.5. This is because this is going to be a part of a dress. It's not just a skirt of its own. It's going to be placed underneath the upper part to make a dress. So I'm drawing a straight line across this. This is the waist to hip measurement. Now the next measurement I'm going to take is her waist to knee. I'm also going to be drawing a straight line across this point as well. The next line is going to be her waist to the length of the skirt, the length of the skirt part. So from her waist, I'm going to take the measurement down to the length that we want the skirt part to be, which is at 43 inches here. And I'm going to also go ahead and draw a straight line across this point. So now we have the waistline, hip line, knee line, and hemline. So now the next thing I'm going to do is to start adding her body measurement. So now on the waistline, I'm going to mark her waist measurement divided by 4. My client's waist measurement is 33 and I'm going to divide that by 4. I made the division using my tape as you can see. So I folded my tape into 4 and I got 8.25 inch. But I'm not going to be marking 8.25 inches exactly. I'm going to be adding an extra 1 inch for my dart. So I'll be marking it here at 9.25 inch. Now we are going to come to the hip line. This client's hip measurement was 46 inches. So at the 46-inch point on my tape, I'm going to also divide it into 4 just like I did for the waist. So I'm dividing it into 4 like this. So now I have my hip measurement divided by 4, which was about 11.5 inches. Now for the knee line, I'm going to be using the hip measurement as a guide. So the measurement I had after dividing my hip by 4 was 11.5. Okay, so I'm going to come down to the knee line and you can either remove 1 inch from the measurement you had on your hip or you removed 1.5 inch. So I removed 1.5 inch and I marked this at 10 inches on the knee line. And also on the hemline now, I'm going to be marking the same 10 inches. I'm actually trying to draft out a basic pencil skirt pattern right now. So that's what we are doing. So I'm going to be joining all the points together. From the waist, I'll connect with my curve to meet the hip line like this. And from the hip line, I'll connect to the knee. You can see how I'm placing my hip curve. You can see like this. And now I'm going to be using a straight ruler to connect from the knee line to the hemline. So now on the waist, I'm going to go in by half of my client's nipple to nipple measurement so that we can get the dart. So from the center, I came in by 4 inches, which is half of our nipple to nipple measurement. I'm going to make a mark here. And from that point, I'm going to come down by 4.5 inch for the length of my dart. And I'm going to connect these 2 points with a straight line. Now on both sides of the line on the waistline, I'm going to go out on both sides by half of an inch to take away that 1 inch that we added for our dart. So from this half of an inch points, I'm just going to connect to the end of these lines. So this is going to give me my dart. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut out this pencil skirt pattern. This is the front pattern as you can see. So just go ahead and cut it out. Now we're going to be using slash and spread method after this to turn this into a 6 pieces skirt. So this is my basic skirt pattern right now for the front. I did not come down the waist on the front here because it's going to be part of a dress. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is from all the other lines, I'm going to go in by half of my nipple to nipple measurement just like I did on the waist. half of my nipple to nipple measurement is 4, so I'll mark it on all the other lines as you can see, and I'm going to use this point to draw a straight line all the way from the end of my dart leg to the end of the skirt. So guys, once you're done taking that line down, you're going to come to your knee line. And for me, I want to go up from the knee line by 1.5 inch. I want my flare to start from 1.5 inch above the knee line. I don't want the flare to start exactly on the knee line. So I'm going to draw a straight line across now, and this knee line becomes my new knee line. So once this is done, this area here is the center front and this is the side front. I'm going to go ahead and cut through the center line that we drew out first, just like you see me doing like this. So go ahead and cut through the center line and also cut off the darts as well, so that when you are now sewing this on the sewing machine, you have already taken off the darts. So now we are going to now slash and spread each piece separately, the center front and the side front. So let me start with the center front here. So from the new knee line that we drew out, I'm going to just use my ruler to just divide this into 2 equal halves. You can take the measurement if you want to just be sure that you are taking the center. So from here, I'm going to divide from here to the end into 2 equal halves, and I'm going to cut through this line here. So I'll start from the end and I'm just going to cut all the way to the knee line, just like you see me doing like this. It's very easy. So when you get to the knee line, you're going to cut towards the side, not the center for the center front. Cut towards the side like this. Make sure it doesn't open up entirely. You guys know how we go about slash and spread method, so that you can spread this area out and the center front will remain the same. So the center front is going to be straight. It's only the side that is going to be open. So I brought in another piece of pattern paper and I'm going to be placing the front piece on it like this, so that we can spread it out and open it up. So I place the center area that is not going to be spread out straight on the pattern paper like this. The center area of the center front is not going to be spread out, so please take note of that. So I'm arranging the center area straight on the new pattern paper, and I'm going ahead to tape it down, just like you see me doing like this. Let me take you back to a time when... So guys, after taping it down, this one that is going to be spread out, you can now spread it out open on the pattern paper, and I'm going to go ahead and pin it down as well. I'm taping it down actually, so I'm taping it down after I've made my spread, just like you see me doing like this. So it depends on how wide you want your flare to be. The more you open up the side piece, the fuller your flare is going to look. So now I'm going to measure the spread that I have. So from this leg to this place, I had 7.5. So I'm going to take note of this 7.5 because I'll be spreading out every other piece with the same 7.5. So now from this end here, I'll just connect to this other end with my curve to connect the both of them. So I'm going to go ahead and cut through this area as you see me doing like this. Okay, and then I'm going to also cut out this side as well. So you see we have successfully spread out the center front of this skirt. So one thing I would like you to take note of for this center front piece is that the opening is only going to be on one side, and that's the side where you have the dart. I hope you understand, not on the center. It should be on the side. So I'm done spreading this out, and like I said, the spread in between the two legs was 7.5 inches. I'm going to take note of that because I'll be using it for the spreading of the side front. So let's go ahead and spread out the side front piece. So guys, for the side front piece, I'm also going to cut through the center from the knee line all the way to the end, just like we did on the first piece we just worked on. So now the difference between this and the first one we did is we're still going to cut through all the way to the knee line, but the difference is now we are going to be spreading this out on both sides. So I'll cut towards this side from the knee line here, cut towards the side here, make sure it doesn't cut off entirely. And I'm also going to cut towards this other side so that I'll be able to spread this out on both sides. So it's going to be opened like this. Okay, so I'm going to bring in another piece of paper now so that we'll use it to spread out this piece. So guys, I have another piece of pattern paper here, and you can see it's way wider than the one I used for the center front piece. This is because this is going to be having an opening on both sides. It is 19 inches here, so I'm dividing this into two equal halves. So I'm dividing this paper here into two equal halves, and I'm going to draw a straight line across the center. So when you bring in your paper, the first thing you should do is to divide it into two equal halves. So now I'm going to be placing the side front piece on it like this. I'm going to make sure that I'm placing it and the openings on the cut are exactly on this line. You can use any one of the cuts to just make sure that you are placing the skirt on the center. So once you've done that, you're sure that you're on the center, go ahead and tape it in place so that it doesn't move out. So tape the upper part like this, not the spread yet, so that you'll be able to spread it out. Okay, so once that is done, from this center line here on both sides, remember it was 7.5. I'm going to mark the 7.5 points on this side and make a mark here. So once I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and tape it down, and I'll be doing the same thing on the other side. So whatever spread you have from the beginning is what you're going to use throughout the spreading out of your skirt. So on this other side as well, I'll still spread it out by 7.5 inches from the center line, and I'm going to make a point here and tape it down. So now once you're done with that, you're going to have to measure the same length on this point. So I'll measure from this line towards this side, and it was about 22.5. So I'll also mark the 22.5 on the center here so that everything will be the same length. And then I'm going ahead to just tape down my pieces a little bit more so that it doesn't move away from where I want them to be. So once that is done, from this leg here, I'm going to connect to meet the point at the center like this, and then connect from the point at the center to meet the other leg. So it's going to give like a kind of flare shape, so you can see what it looks like. So yeah, we are done spreading out this side piece, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut through the side and the end as well. So guys, this is all for the cutting of the side front piece. You can see we've spread it out here, and this is the center front piece that we spread out earlier. So you can see how it's going to be. So when we stitch it down here, it continues up like this, and we have the spread at the end of our skirt. So now the next thing, I'm going to be showing you guys how to transfer these on your fabric and how to go about cutting out the back. So we are going to be starting with the center front piece. I have my fabric folded into two, as you can see, and I'm going to be placing the center front piece on this folded edge here. The center front piece of your skirt must be cut on the folded edge for a 6-piece skirt. If it's not a 6-piece skirt, or maybe if it's an 8-piece skirt, it could be cut anywhere, but a 6-piece skirt must be cut on the center fold here. I've placed it, and I'm going ahead to just pin it down in place. Now for this center front piece, I'm just going to go ahead and add half an inch stitching allowance all the way around. You can see, so add half an inch stitching allowance all the way around. But for the end, there's something I want to do. So measure on this side from your knee to the stitching allowance and replace it on this side as well. You'll notice that the allowance that will be on the center will be more than what's on this side. That's because of the spread. I've noticed it, so I always do it like this. So I always measure to be sure that I have the same thing on the side of the center front and on the center. So you can check it to be sure. So from the knee line to this point is 22.5. From the knee line to this side, 22.5. I'm okay with it. That's the only part where you might add a little bit more than half an inch to the center front piece. So once that is done, just go ahead and cut all the way along the part that you added your stitching allowance. So now this is it for the center front. Let's go ahead and cut out the side front. So now for the side front piece, I have already placed it on my folded piece of fabric here. It's folded into two. So if you check it, you see that there's an area with the hip curve and there's another side that doesn't have the hip curve. The area with the hip curve is going to be having about 1.5 inch of stitching allowance because that is the side of the skirt, while the other side is going to have half an inch. So I'm adding half an inch to the waist, half an inch to this area that is going to be stitched with the center front. I hope you guys understand. And then half an inch to the other area as well. That's the flare part, like this. Half an inch to this end. We don't have to measure this end because we already did it when we're drafting out the pattern. Also half an an inch to this side as well. The only area that is not going to be half an inch is the side, because you need to be able to have allowance on your skirt. That's the area with your hip curve. So from the waist, I'm going to be adding 1.5 inches to this side. Make sure that the area with your hip curve, I'm repeating it over and over, that you add at least 1.5 inch stitching allowance. Else, you will not have any extra allowances on this skirt. So please take note of that. The area with your hip curve, which is the side of the skirt, must have 1.5 inch of stitching allowance. Every other side is just half an inch. So once you're through with that, go ahead and cut it out. So guys, this is the side front piece. Okay, I'm going to be using this piece exactly now to cut out the side back, because the side front and the side back is exactly the same thing, so there's no need to draft out another piece of pattern paper. Now for the center back, I am going to be using the front piece that we had earlier. That's the center front piece. I hope you guys understand. Please try as much as possible to understand what I'm doing here. I'm going to be using the center front piece for the center back. Now on this side here, I already added half an inch stitching allowance, but the center here is where we are going to have the zipper allowance for the back and an extra opening on the end of the skirt. So now from this place here, I'm adding 1.5 inch of stitching allowance. So we're basically changing our center front piece to center back instead of drafting out another piece of pattern. So I added 1.5 inch to the center back. This is going to be for my zipper allowance. And now at the end of the center back, there's going to be an opening. There's going to be an opening as well, because I want the center back to be fuller than the front. So I'll measure what I have on one side, just like we did before, the same opening that we'll be using, which is 7.5. So from this point, I'll mark the same 7.5 here, and then I'm going to connect it to meet the knee line here. So the back is also going to have that spread. It's going to have a zipper allowance, and it's going to have that spread. I actually hope that you understand. I really hope that you do understand. Instead of you drafting out a new piece of pattern paper, you can just use your center front piece, add stitching allowance to the center, and open it up at the end. So now I'm going to measure from the knee line to the end, from knee line to this place, 22.5. And from here, I'll also mark the same 22.5 as well, so that is exactly the same length. And I'll just go ahead to connect this into a curve like this. So we're done cutting out the center back. So you can see we added an opening to the end, and we added a zipper allowance. That's the differences between the center front and the center back, which I've done here. And now I'm just going to go ahead and cut out this piece. So now I can remove the front pattern from this area here. Okay, so now you see this is the back with the opening on both sides. This is the center back, and this alone here is the center front. Okay, and then this is the side front and the side back. I already used the side front piece to cut out another piece to serve as our side back, since the front and the back are exactly the same thing. So I'll just pick any one of it, and then I will be joining it with the center front piece. So if you open up your center front piece, it should look something like this. Now you're going to add one of the side piece to this part and the other one to this other side as well. Make sure that the curve is on the side. Then you're going to place the center front and one of the side fronts together, right sides facing each other like this. And you're going to pin it down on the center here. Let me hold you down like gravity to the ground. Oh, be my baby. I ain't gonna be shady. I ain't messing around. So once you're done with this, you're going to pin the other side front to the center front like this. Okay, arrange it. It's still exactly the same thing, and go ahead and stitch it down. Make sure you don't make a mistake when you are pinning this down. Make sure. So guys, after stitching down the front piece, this is what I have. You can see where I made my stitch here. I know this fabric, it's very hard to see. Okay, this is where my flare started from. I made notches, and I went ahead to iron out everything open. You can see how open the end of the skirt is, and the upper part is just normal and straight. So this is what the front part is looking like. I'm going to also do the exact same thing for the back pieces, just the normal way you will stitch down your back pieces. So that's all for this tutorial, guys.